Hey there. Listen closely. Brace yourself for an absolutely mind-boggling story of a family uncovering the spine-chilling secrets that lurk within their brand-new abode. Don't go anywhere, folks. You won't want to miss this. Once upon a time, a large family of 8 lived in a small house and were very loving and supporting each other. Mary was the mother of 3 twins, and Jeffrey was her husband. Their first twins, named Milla and Myra, was 16 years old, loved the outdoors, nature, and always exploring. Second twin was Kevin, and Kenneth was 13 years old. They loved fishing and hunting with their dad. The third twins, Janel and Jane, was 8 years old. They were genius, very smart and curious. Mary and Jeffrey own a grocery store in a small town close by a river with another small town across the river, so people use the ferry to cross over to the other town. Most people in the town knew each other, they were friendly like family. One day, a lady named Rhonda was shopping for grocery, and she saw Jeffrey, and they both struck up a conversation, talking about their family. She said that she was just grabbing some grocery before she met up with a potential couple. They want to look at the house to buy. She said, "Do you remember that weird old man that used to live across the river in that big house that had a lake nearby? We used to sneak there to catch fish." Jeffrey said, "Yeah, I remember." Rhonda said that the old man died and left his property to his son. The son lost the house because he could not pay off the property taxes. Now the house is up for sale. Poor things tried so hard to pay it off, but it was too much. His father stopped paying the taxes because he got sick. Jeffrey asked, "How much is the house going for?" She told him, and Jeffrey thought to himself, "It's a steal. I can easily pay for this property." He thought it would be great for his family because it would be a lot bigger than the house they live in. Jeffrey told her if the couple didn't buy the property to come see him because he might be interested in getting it. Rhonda said sure she will and then left the store. Mary saw them talk from a distance in the store, so she walked over to Jeffrey and asked what was that all about. He then told her everything with excitement. "If we get the house it would be great for house all. The kids won't have to share rooms, they would have a room for themselves." Mary smiled, "Yeah, it would be great." She always wanted a bigger kitchen since she loved to cook for her family. A week passed, and Rhonda hasn't shown up yet to let them know if the house has been sold. Jeffrey started to think that the house was sold. The next couple of days, Rhonda shows up buying groceries again. Jeffrey asked, "Did the couple buy the house?" She said, "No, they didn't want a fixer-upper. I guess it was too much trouble to fix it up." Jeffrey, with a smile on his face, said, "I will take it." So he bought the house, fixed it up, and moved in with his family. One day, while Jeffrey and Mary at work, Myra and Milla were exploring the property, and Kevin and Kenneth were fishing in the lake. Kenneth threw the fishing line, and it went the other direction, hooking on a wire that led to a metal door in the bushes. He went over to it to get the fishing line loose when he found metal door sealed to the bank of the ground. He yelled, "Kevin! Come look!" Kevin rushed over to see what Kenneth was excited about. They both became curious and peered inside. It was pitch dark with a staircase leading underground. They couldn't see anything. Kenneth grew frightened and suggested, "Let's close the door and inform Dad." They sprinted back to the house and informed Jeffrey about the hidden bunker. The next day, they all descended into the massive bunker. Milla discovered a switch, and they were amazed to find beds, food, and toys. There was also a beautiful but broken antique music box. The music played and abruptly stopped. Jane was captivated by it and announced, "I can fix this." Jeffrey and Mary were astonished to learn of the bunker's existence. Mary turned to her husband, saying, "I have a bad feeling about this. Something isn't right." She was ready to leave and shouted to the children, "Let go. Stay away from the bunker." The children argued and pleaded, requesting permission to play in the bunker. Jeffrey responded, "Okay, but only when I am present." The kids were thrilled. Jane noticed cabinets filled with papers, but Mary insisted on leaving. They returned to the house, and it became the main topic of discussion at the dinner table. They were left curious about why it was there, why there were so many kids' belongings, and why no one knew about the bunker. The following day, Mary and Jeffrey went to work while the kids went to school. The old man's son, Mike, was wandering around and happened upon the bunker. He noticed the bushes had been pushed aside from the bunker door. He hastily searched, wondering who else knew about the bunker. Thankfully, for Mike, there were no children inside when Jeffrey and Mary were there. Mike was from a family involved in kidnapping and child trafficking. He had plans to continue his family business by abducting Jeffrey and Mary's children and selling them for money. Little did he know, two geniuses resided in the household, Jane and Janel. Mike shadowed the two boys from the bushes, observing them and waiting for the perfect opportunity to snatch them. One day, while he was watching the boys fishing, Milla spotted him. She alerted her sister and instructed her to get help. A strange man was on their property. Milla followed him, observing that he was heading towards the house. Mike entered and found Janel in the kitchen eating cereal. Janel grew frightened and yelled at him. He grabbed her, tied her to a chair, and continued doing what he intended to do. Jane heard the commotion and quietly approached the kitchen to assess the situation. Upon seeing Mike holding Janel captive, she motioned for her sister to remain quiet. Jane quickly devised a clever plan to either force him to leave or expose him. She prepared a container with marbles and a bottle filled with dense smoke. She smashed the bottle near Mike and rushed to untie her sister. While in her room, Milla deliberately whispered, "Jane." Jane noticed and realized it was not opponents who seek harm but Milla. Milla silently approached Mike from behind, striking him on the head with a frying pan, causing him to collapse. Jane hurried over to Milla, and together, they devised a plan. Jane retrieved a smoke-penetrating mask from the room. It would serve their purposes perfectly. Jane and Janel placed a bucket of water above the door frame and poured oil all over the floor. Mike fell for their trap and opened the closet door, resulting in the water cascading onto him. Enraged, Mike attempted to catch Jane but slipped, falling to the ground instead. Milla handed Janel a frying pan, while Jane grabbed the hefty pot from the stove and struck Mike on the head, rendering him unconscious. The chaos escalated, but the girls held their ground, wielding frying pans like warriors. Just when it seemed Mike might regain control, Mary and Jeffrey returned home, along with the police, who quickly apprehended him. In the aftermath, the detective revealed the dark legacy of Mike's family, and a sting operation was set up to catch others involved in the kidnapping ring. With their bravery and cleverness, Janel, Jane, and Milla became local heroes, reminding everyone that even in the face of danger, love and family could conquer all. The family settled into their new home, their bonds strengthened by the adventure. They filled the bunker with laughter and memories instead of fear, turning it into a secret clubhouse, a safe haven for their imaginations to run wild. Mary finally had her dream kitchen, and the children had space to grow, explore, and thrive, embracing the beauty of their new life together.